Nice jump, Alistair.
FL0CKER just resubed for 39 months.
Grazie. By the way, we drew Bournemouth in the League Cup. We didn't get any money.
Job,
Maybe
Alistair.
it's at the end of this month.
Griffith just resubed for 104 months.
Grazie. I don't see any money from this big game at Man City. It's like we got nothing.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Kumba-24 just resubed for 1 month.
Grazie. So here's a weird thing. I was thinking, believe it or not, desperate for a game as I was thinking of playing Blood Bowl. As it happens, they've reset the season, or it's in the middle of being reset. God, look at this. It's still fucking bad, isn't it? Look at that. It's so dark. Damn. I was thinking about playing Blood Bowl, and I fired it up, and it's like the season has ended, new one starts, and it's like the 23rd of September. It's like 2 weeks, and I'm just thinking, given that you essentially any team you create or any match you play, does it hurt? It hurts if I push it, but not like like that. I mean, if I press it really hard, it does. I have a feeling if I'd caught this differently, like if I'd come down on a different part of my arm, I think I could have broken something. I think that the main thing is because this took so much impact, my wrist is still quite sore. But I obviously landed, most of the blow must have been taken on. I fell off a table in a pub, I think most of the blow must have been taken there. And luckily it was on like the fleshy part of the underside of your arm and not the bone. But it obviously, something bumped against it. If you feel the underside of your forearm there, it's like a blade. It's quite sharp, you know. So I think that when you fall and it gets pushed against that, the capillaries and the flesh inside is like cut by your own bone. So I think that must have taken most of the impact. Then I also remember landing on my wrist, and that is still a little bit like, oh, like especially if I go like that, which is the sort of angle you'd land at, you know, when you put your hand out. But yeah, no, it's not a dog bite. It's just a really bad bruise. I keep showing this off because it's grisly, but look at that. That is a big fucking bruise. And it's got like a little lump in it, which is not uncommon. It's called a hematoma. And it's just basically, it all got fucked up when I fell over. But it's really, I didn't notice it. I got home that night and had a lump on my arm. I was like, fuck. And then I went to sleep, woke up, and it was bruised. And I was like, I must have fallen over. And then I remembered where, and I was like, oh yeah, I fell off that table. Didn't even, it took me 2 seconds. I fell, I was up, I was dancing again. That's what alcohol does for you. Norwood? Come on, man. We ain't playing Norwood. He has played well lately. Maybe he'll do well as a deep lying forward. Where's Cadden? Where's Cadden? Where the fuck is Cadden? How is Cadden not in there? Get Thomas out. Christ. Yeah, the old thinned blood. It's a lot of booze. Yeah, it was a big night. Let's get out there and fucking play. Good ball. Here goes the young man, the phenom. Just sets him up. David, we did the in-house last week, brother. So I'm pretty sure we'll be doing it this week. People who don't have games, people who aren't in GTI. Pretty sure it went ahead. That is a bold effort. It's spelling unscheduled. It's a good effort. It's a good effort. I'll give it that. Tenacious. Flutes out a go. Brave. Ka-ching! That's how I read this guy's name. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not spelt in a way that makes sense. It's got a ton of sounds you would pronounce other ways.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Nubno Oblinton just resubbed for 6 months.
Grazie. I mean, CH in English, you've got school, ache, chief. So it can be a sk, ache, like another, just a k, or a ch. And in some words, it's like different again. It doesn't make any sense. What's funny to me is that Swedish people tend to say, like, if you're Swedish, or maybe just Scandinavian in general, how would you say that word? Use? No. They say it shoes. Scriff always says it. You got the shoes. And it's like, no good, right? It's choose. I didn't say what was that word in Swedish. I'm saying how would you say the word choose? And Swedes tend to say shoes instead of choose, and choice instead of choice. They don't put the ch on the ch sound. They say it with soft sh, like sh. Like, why is there an h in which? I mean, why do these two words sound exactly the same? One of them is HE and one of them is EA. I mean, you could say the same thing about which and which. It's crazy, huh? But, you know, I don't know how many influences there are on the Swedish language compared to English. English is like 7 or 8 different languages all combined. Desert and desert are pronounced differently, so that doesn't work at all. It's desert and desert. You don't say the Sahara desert. You say desert. But if you desert someone, there's... To desert is spelt like desert, but pronounced desert. He's deserted his men. But then a dessert with 2 S's is a thing you eat. And desert is spelt like the dessert that means to leave something. It's pretty crazy. French, German, some Scandinavian influence in there, some Roman influence in there, some old Anglo-Saxon in there, some Welsh, some Celtic influence. It's a lot, you know? It's a lot. And pretty much any foreign word we like, we're like, well, that's good. We'll use that. It's pretty crazy. copy editors share because it's English? Dearest creature in creation, studying English pronunciation, I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. The Japanese have an entire different written language for when they use foreign words. We're not that bad. How do you mean? So it's written in Japanese script, and then when they use a foreign word, they use a different script? Romanji. I mean, I guess because they... Oh, so it says Romaji.
Romaji.
Romaji, sorry. The Romanization of Japanese. Ah. So here's an article about Romaji. When you first start learning Japanese, you most likely start out with Romaji. Romaji is using an alphabet you already know to write and read Japanese, and when you get started, Romaji is great. I don't need to learn kanji, you might think. This Romaji stuff is easy. But I hate to burst your bubble, but there are a lot of problems with Romaji that nobody tells you about when you first start learning Japanese. Romaji definitely has its place in learning the language, but it won't be too long before it starts making your life hard. The most obvious thing is it doesn't really help you read any Japanese text, and nobody's going to turn it all into Romaji for you, no matter how nicely you ask. Even if that somehow doesn't deter you, it just gets worse. You might have heard of a homonym before, words that spell the same but mean something completely different. There are a ton of these in Japanese that are usually easy to tell apart because they're written with different characters. But with Romaji, you don't get that privilege. For example, when you see the word hashi written out in Romaji, you can't tell what it means on its own. Does it mean bridge? Chopsticks? The stunningly handsome writer and editor extraordinaire from Tofugu? That's this website. With Romaji, you have no way of knowing. And possibly the worst thing of all is, are you ready for this? There's more than one type of Romaji. There are tons of different types of romanization. There's not really a standard way. This can be super confusing because you'll see Japanese words romanized in different ways. Just take the Japanese word, for my pronunciation here, oki. How do you write it? Oki, uki, oki, uki. All of these are pretty much acceptable. In fact, there are quite a few systems of romanization. Hepburn, Kunrei Shiki, Nihon Shiki, Wapuro, JSL, the list goes on. And then there are variants of those. Christ. I thought it was funny that English stole German words like Gesundheit and kindergarten until I learned Russian has Nick Butterbrot. So, you hear Gesundheit and kindergarten much more in America. We don't have kindergartens over here. We talk about preschools a bit. We talk about nursery. You don't hear people say kindergarten as much. When I lived in New York, I went to a kindergarten. And it was named that. It was called kindergarten. But I've never seen anywhere over here. Sure they exist somewhere, but I've never seen a preschool or anything like that listed as kindergarten. So that word, I think, was probably taken to America because there were a lot of German settlers that went over, and I think they took it with them. But yeah, that's American English. I'd say use both of those words. You hear Gesundheit much more in the States than you do here. People just say bless you. It's not as big in the UK, I don't think. Although it's such a good word. Can't remember where I saw it. Someone was, I think it was either a video or an article talking about why at age like 3 to 4 kids stop just eating whatever you give them and start being picky with food. And it's always around this same age. And some people think it's just kids being stubborn. But this guy was supposing either he'd read it or it was, I don't know, scientific. I haven't looked too much into it beyond the vid. I just thought it was an interesting thing to say. It could be bollocks. Was there... Oh, Thomas, don't get sent off. He just barely clipped him, ref. Come on, man. Is it you stop just eating whatever you're given? And he said, look, like, human babies are born essentially prematurely. Even if they're not actually premature, compared to every other animal on the planet, we are fucking useless for years. We're way underdeveloped for how complicated human beings are. We need, like, total care for years of our life. So, whatever we're given to eat, straight in the mouth and we eat it. But at a certain point, we're off on our own. And your parents aren't carrying you around anymore because you're too big. So you're walking around, and little kids will put whatever they find in their mouth. They get to a certain point, they stop doing that. And with food, they start getting funny about it. And it's only the stuff they know really well that they're happy eating. Other than that, they can be very, very picky. And that instinct kicks in once your independence starts to kick in, and you're off wandering about and blah, blah, blah. Because you can't still be at the, if it'll fit in my mouth, it goes in there phase, because it might be that dangerous mushroom you're not meant to eat, or something else. And I thought, even if that's bollocks, I do like that idea. I think that's quite an interesting idea. And it makes sense, even if it's bogus. Yeah, big head is an issue for sure. Your mum, I mean, you know, whatever you see a kid with a big head, think about their mum. That's hard work. Jack Butterfill. Yeah, you can have him online. Well, they learn to say no. That's one of the first words they learn. So I don't buy that at all. I think a big part of it is that they start remembering things. And they start to remember. First of all, they do develop this rebellious streak. This sort of... no, I don't want to do that, no, and all that kind of shit. You think, where's this come from? Like, people talk about the terrible twos. They couldn't be more wrong. Twos was fine. It's threes. 3 was the worst. 3 was no fucking fun. 4. Yeah, four's quite tough. Let's get fucking gob on them, you know what I mean? It's like, where'd this fucking sass come from? Who do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, genuinely. Give the young lad a break. Kids are hard work. Fun, but... I think the worst thing is you think everything you do is like fucking them up. But honestly, my kids have been who they are now for the longest fucking time. Like, their personality has been pretty fucking steady the whole time. I'm a big believer, genuinely, now having seen 2 kids get to like a kind of age where they really are. They've, you know, personalities, you can talk to them, they chat to adults and all the rest of it. You can actually have proper conversations, like really detailed conversations. They're like 14, 11, you know, they're fucking grown up. They've been the way they are since they were babies. Very, very young age. Their personality was pretty much locked in. And my youngest has always been a talker, very chatty, very bubbly, very upbeat, very happy, very enthusiastic, but her mood can crash. Whereas my eldest is more standoffish, quiet, steady, doesn't talk a huge amount, doesn't really like talking to groups of people or even people she doesn't know, a bit shyer, a bit more, you know, resistant to showing off and stuff. My youngest is more of a show-off. They've both always been that way. They have both always been that way. I think we like to think that it's not that deterministic. You know what I mean? But I'm a strong believer that a lot of what makes someone who they are is just the way they're born. I think trauma is what fucks people up, because that, like, that's another red. That's what really breaks that development, I think. And that's why it's so catastrophic in kids. Well, this is terrible. Why do we keep getting sent off? No, I mean, we are definitely one of the dirtier teams in the division. We've scored 1 goal from a free kick this season, and it was deflected. We really have not got a good set-piece taker. We're going to need one. If we do go up, we'll need a fucking good set-piece taker. 20? 21? So we're not that far into it.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Che sero 1086 just resubbed for 7 months.
Grazie. The first thing you do for me is chuck all your medals and all your caps and all your pots and all your pans. Because they don't mean a thing. Because you won them by cheating. That's such a good film. Apparently his family were really unhappy and Leeds fans and blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but there are so few good football movies. That was a fantastic fucking movie. And he was brilliant. Timothy Spall was brilliant. It was... Colmini was really good. It was a really fucking good movie. It was a really fucking good movie. I loved it. Don't forget about goal. Yeah, I will forget about goal.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Tankboy 60 just resubbed for 24 months.
24. Bene, bene, grazie. Why do people keep fucking talking about Mike Bassett England manager? It's shit. You know it's shit. Just accept him. Just accept that it's shit. It's shit. You know it's shit. If you're going to say, yeah, it's shit, but I like it. It's shit. It's fucking shit. What's wrong with you guys? Clearly shit. What about Escape to Victory Flag? So you gotta admit, that's a good fucking movie. Shit! It is shit! What is this opinion that Mike Bassett, England manager, good movie? It was a waste of time! We don't bother making good football movies. It's the world's game. It's the most popular sport ever, of all time, ever. Bar none! And we can't make a good film about it because nobody that's a football fan is given a chance to actually fucking make a football movie. Hardly ever. You get some cunt in who thinks he knows, yeah, football, yeah, I know a bit about football, yeah. And every goal's like an overhead kick and shit. It's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. Or it's some gritty determination. Oh, Sean Bean, yeah, he's a footballer. Fuck off. It's not just about some talk. I mean, Ted Lasso, first series was good, but the football stuff was... It's clearly bollocks. It's clearly not actually football. This isn't actually football. It grazes the surface of football. I mean, the Ted Lasso could have been about any sport. The whole point was he doesn't know anything about football, so he comes over. So that's the setup. But essentially, you could have him coming from anywhere, and you could pick any sport, and it would be the same.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Mythical Meat just resubbed for 32 months.
Thank you. They don't understand how to show football on film. They don't understand how to show football fans at all on film. They have no idea. I don't think I've ever seen any production where the football fans are represented in a believable way. The reason it worked in The Damned United is we don't see the fucking fans. We don't have some cutaway to three lads in a pub doing the banter about football, which is bollocks. Like, that was the worst part of Ted Lasso, was the fans. But there's no football. Ted Lasso is not about football, because that's not how it is. You can't just be plucky. I'm sorry, but you will lose to Man City. It doesn't matter how fucking plucky you are. It doesn't matter what chat you give. You're going to fucking lose. That's football. They really wanted to do it. They should do a film about a lower league club desperate to survive. Because there, the fans and the players fucking talk to each other. You see the same faces every fucking week. It's not this. There's not this wall where it's just a sea of people. Meme Machine can fuck off. Bolton, eh? My old club. What team is this? I recognise Nlundaloo. Where's the rest of them? Who's Trafford? Where's Whiteman? Flax Typhoon? That's hype. The Bolton lads have all got gloves on. I'd like to think that there's a Microsoft Triforce fan and they came up with that. I like to think that. But it's probably not true. They probably have a thing that Mrs. F has this at work. It's a random project name generator and it just spits out 2 words. I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. Just keep doing what you're doing and we will be fine if you get your bloody shots away and play some football. Like XCOM missions. Poor. Yes, the lads! That was a cracking goal. Well worked. Really well worked. So apparently there isn't going to be an XCOM 3 from all what I've seen people saying. Because that dev team is gone. 2K Games aren't going to do it. The closest we got to a spiritual successor to XCOM recently was Xenonauts 2.
For 69 months.
Which is a successor to the original XCOM, which is not something I want to play again. It was too old school, too tedious. XCOM was immaculate. The problem is, nobody wants to make another XCOM. Like, Jagged Alliance was just as tedious as the worst elements of the original Jagged Alliance. Xenonauts is too similar to all the tedious elements of the original XCOM. XCOM 1 and 2, like the remakes, if you like, or the newer versions, understood, in order to be fun, you have to remove the dog shit. Oh, he's a machine! He's offside, unfortunately. That's bullshit. Alright, he's miles offside, good lord. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but there have been turn-based RPGs for ages. They're just shit. Like, it's so hard to look at half of these games and think, I can see what you were trying to do here and it was a good idea. Like, a lot of them you look and you just think, I don't see how this was ever going to be good. So, when it comes to turn-based games like XCOM, they always seem to think that the answer to not trying to be too much like XCOM is to come up with a setting that's dog shit. XCOM worked because the setting made sense. It was Earth, you had recognizable weapons, recognizable units going up against crazy alien units. I don't want my team to be made up of a duck, a brick that can talk, a giant banana, and a fish that has feet. But all these games seem to do that. They're like, the setting is something really weird that you're actually going to struggle to connect with, but don't worry, because it's just like XCOM, but it's like the universe means nothing to me. It doesn't make sense. Like, I want to see real people struggling against these horrors. I don't want my party to be made up of freaks, because then it's like, what's the connection here? It doesn't make sense. Is there any way we catch Ipswich? We'll find out. We play them next. Like that Rome game, for example, that was kind of like XCOM. Rome Expeditions. Not a bad game. But how exciting is the tech going to get with fucking Roman stuff? It's like it's going to be a slightly better shield. It's not that moment in XCOM when you unlock the big grenades or the cool plasma rifles. Stuff like that. That is cool. I pitched my idea for a fun version of these games on Pitch Please. And I'm telling you, my game would be good. It's not trying to be like XCOM. That's a big factor. Holy shit, Max Watters with a 10. Joshua Mackay with a 10. So here's my pitch, alright? And hear me out here. Is if you don't want to just make an XCOM clone, which is fair enough, because you want to try and stand out and do something different. Let's not allow people to do something that they've been doing in all of these games, micromanaging this and action points that. Let's move it up one level. One level. And that level is that you don't micro the lads. You actually have less control. And it would be fun to set your pieces in motion and essentially, like Football Manager, it's like a Football Manager version of XCOM. Okay? So you're choosing your lads, but the fights are not some ultra John Wick style, oh yeah, stealth missions. Like this shit. It's just a bunch of fucking lads. And over time you ramp up to having better lads. So you start off, you're a criminal enterprise. You got to take over very basically just street corners. Then you go from there to having to deal with things like, we need to sort a good supply out. So you give overall orders. The overall order, the mission, you are the one who creates the missions. So you recognize, we got to take this corner over. And maybe one of the side things is that you can go there and observe, try and get an idea for who's in charge and what's going on. So then you have your mission. Yeah, go on. Your mission is, right, we reckon this guy's in charge of this corner. We see him turn up in a 4x4. turns up at about 6 o'clock most evenings. We're going to ambush him and take over this corner. We're going to kill as many of his guys as possible. This is going to be our corner now. So, you set your lads up. You haven't got much. You've just got like one pistol, some baseball bats, a couple of pipes, nunchucks, or what do they call those things? Brass knuckles. It's not set like modern day. It's set like 80s, but you work up towards modern day. So more guns, different gangs come in, different drugs. You have to try and see what the new trends are going to be and all that kind of stuff. So you deploy your lads, and then you give them the mission, and you just have to hope for the best. And you watch it play out. And you start to get an idea of which are the guys that you can trust, which are the reliable ones, which are the nutters. You lose people. And the fighting is chaotic. The last thing you want is for your guys... Like, we were thinking each turn you get to issue one order. Like one direct order. Other than that, they're just going to do pretty much the best that they can in that situation. So one of your orders might be, throw that Molotov into that shop. Because at the very least, we'll take out their storefront. So they go to chuck it. It could be wherever. It doesn't matter where it is. So they blow up a storefront with the Molotov. But maybe he misses. Hits a house. Now a house is on fire. Now that neighborhood is like, this gang's trouble. They burn down a house. So your reputation goes down in terms of the local people being happy to see you there compared to the old guys. But equally, your fear factor goes up. You know, that kind of thing. So I thought that would be fun. You'd have guys like, there's this one guy who's just an absolute nutter, just charges in there, guns blazing. Maybe he makes it, maybe he doesn't. But you'd be watching, sort of like, oh my god, what's he gonna do? And the fights would be, they wouldn't just be like, I'm hiding behind a car, you're hiding behind a car, and it's like, I've got an 18% chance to hit. You're not fucking hitting anything. These fights are just people literally like, bang, 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 bang. I think it'd be pretty funny. But then eventually you start to get some good guys. I'm just sick of the turn-based action point. You level up and you unlock this skill. Let's just try something else. Let's try something where it's a little more hands-off and you just have to hope for the best. Like Football Manager. You pick these guys based on what you think they're going to do. You give them a plan and then you basically just have to hope for the best. We're away at Ipswich. This is big. This is our chance to gain ground on Ipswich. I think there's a game at 9. Come on, lads. We're flying. Let's keep it up. Big game, this. Cadden. I think they're quite one-sided matches tonight. I was going to watch. There's a game at 9. Wogan's team against the iShitters, which should be super one-sided, but I'll watch it. It's Plague's team. I think against Ashwin's. Oh, jeez. Pleased with how things are going, but we've got to dig deep. It's going to be a tough game to win. Don't give them a fucking inch. What was Dav's blink? I can't remember. Do you have a time code? I can't remember. I remember screaming when they failed to notice the rapier lying on the ground. That was fucking hilarious. We came to Ipswich and we won 2-0. What a break, by the way. Huge result. Huge result. Aye, massive result. That massive result. Delighted. Absolutely delighted. You know, people wrote us off at the start of the season, saw Ipswich flying and thought, oh, you know, they're no one's going to touch them. But, I mean, beating them 2-0 at their place and looking comfortable doing it, I've got to say, I think we look very, very good. I really do. I think we look very good tonight. Proper team. Proper team. Really good teamwork, good coordination, and we were at it right from the off. Got that penalty at 7 minutes. Great start, and just kept going from there. Never really looked too bothered. Exeter are above us at the moment, but they have played 2 more games. If we can get those, start chasing Ipswich and really, you know, put the pressure on them, and really fight to get out of this division, get up to the Championship, get back up maybe one day to the Premier League. That's the ambitions. That's the ambitions. There's no point looking down and just settling. We're looking up, and things are looking up for Barnsley Football Club. Oh God, yes they are. Bovril tin, sir. I'm not northern enough to understand that reference. I'm sorry. So I'm on LinkedIn. I can't remember why I joined it. It's complete bollocks. Like complete bollocks. I hate LinkedIn. There is a Twitter account called The State of LinkedIn, which is really funny. It's like 99% grifters. 99% grifters. And people posting the most insane shit. I'll see if I can find an example for you guys of the kind of shit you see on LinkedIn. Hold on a sec. This is from Catalina Valentino, CEO of Elixir, MSc, Global Top 100 Women in Tech, Senator at WBAF. I walked 0.8 miles barefoot in the snow just to get to a meeting. It was Tuesday, 17th of January 2023, World Economic Forum. 7 a.m. my car got stuck. If I wanted to make it, I'd have to get a 3-hour train. But I was unprepared. I bought a swanky new pair of Louboutins ready for all the private events and royal families. And 0.1 seconds in, I knew I'd have to take them off. So I did. Every step was ice cold. I walked 0.8 miles to meet the taxi, got a 3-hour train, collected my badge, and finally made it. People were shocked, but to me, it seemed normal to stop at nothing. And that's exactly the mindset of an entrepreneur. Where most people would have said, I can't, we say, I will. And that, my friends, is the story of how I ended up walking alone and barefoot in Switzerland. Awaits applause. And that, my friends, this guy, entrepreneur, number of investments where I've made more than $10 million, 6, more than 1 million, 22, more than 100k, too lazy to count / don't remember. What should I do different / better? What's your investment body count? Wow. Finally, some organizations are moving from working from home to a very productive hybrid work culture where any employee can work. Monday to Friday, work from office. Saturday, Sunday, work from home and flexible working hours. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. This is this entrepreneur mindset, right? Where they all think that they're literally going to be some fucking business guru. this whole entrepreneur thing is fucking sickening. It's like this money culture. I fucking hate it. Revenue streams, you know, it's like, can you just fucking chill? Just chill. It's just, there's no chill with these people. But they love it. They fucking love it. Like it's their life. The thing they don't read, this is what they don't read. Okay, wait, this one is insane. Let's have a look. People are always asking me, Bert, what's the secret to your success? This is Bart Bertman. This has to be bollocks. This is not real. Wimfluencer, crypto evangelist, SEO samurai. Buy my book, Market Fuck. There's no way this is real. People are always asking me, Bert, what's the secret to your success? How do you always win and simply never stop riding the waves of opportunity and success? It's simple. I don't take no for an answer. I don't believe in no. It's not in my vocabulary. It doesn't exist to me. What most people call no, I call yes too. I will sit down with VC crypto execs and I'll say to them, so Jeremy, is this a yes or a yes too? They give me a strange look and ask what the hell a yes too is, and I'll look them in the eyes and say, yes too is just the yes you haven't met yet. Needless to say, they give me their money. Lots of it. Like any good businessman, Jesus Christ does not know the meaning of no for anyone. See, this is gibberish. There's no way this is real. That's an obvious thing. My son is also called bored. Let's do a chat GPT. Oh well, looks like our Carabao Cup run is coming to an end, team. Oh, hang on. This is from ChatGPT. Let me type in a thank you because this is gold. I said, please generate for me the worst kind of example of the stuff you see on LinkedIn. Certainly, here's an exaggerated example of the worst kind of content you might come across in LinkedIn. ChatGPT knows. Title, Guru, Ninja and Thought Leader, Rocket Ship Emoji, Serial Entrepreneur, Motivational Speaker, Fortune 500 Advisor, LinkedIn Top Voice. Content, Monday Motivation, success is all about working 100 hours a week, crushing your competition and never sleeping, star emoji. Remember, if you're not hustling, you're not winning. Hashtag entrepreneur life, hashtag no days off. Oh shit, we're back. Humble brag alert, just received my 10th top influencer badge from LinkedIn. Badge emoji. It's not about the awards though, it's about changing the world, one motivational post at a time. Hashtag LinkedIn famous, hashtag inspirational quotes. Business tip. I've advised Fortune 500 CEOs on how to run their companies. Let me give you some free advice. Be confident, dream big, and the money will follow. Bag of money emoji, hashtag business mogul, hashtag money magnet. Fitness freak. I may be a business tycoon, but I never skip my daily 5-hour workout. Flex emoji. Remember, success starts at the gym. Hashtag fitness guru, hashtag workout every day. Author extraordinaire. Just released my 15th self-help book this year. Book emoji. Can't wait to inspire millions with my How to Become a Billionaire Overnight series. Pre-order now. Hashtag author goals. World traveller. Spent the weekend on my private island. Island emoji. It's essential to unwind after a hard week of success. Where are you globetrotting to this weekend? Hashtag jet setter. Networking Pro. Had coffee with Elon Musk and Warren Buffett this morning. They're both impressed by my innovative ideas. Rocket ship
Nice
emoji.
jump, Alistair.
That's amazing.
Ilunga and Django
done,
just
ChatGPT.
resubed for 55 months.
That's genuinely impressive. What happened to him? He's still playing. He's in this game, I think. There he is. Causing problems for Jefferson Lerma. What's an LLM? Learning language model? I mean, GPT-4 is meant to be crazy. There's a really good This American Life about it. Where they talk to these computer experts who are like super skeptical of all this AI stuff. Large language model. Like super skeptical. And they all tell the same story, that they had some interaction with GPT, like the original Chat GPT, and they were like, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's really just a predictive text thing that's pretty clever, but it's not doing anything intelligent. But then this guy was like, then I met GPT-4, and at that point I had to like have a sit down, because this guy gave an example. This is a really good episode you should listen to, by the way. It's This American Life. He's talking to these language models. They're like, okay, and they're like pretty skeptical about how amazing it is. There's Jallo. There's that young lad. Hold on. Anyway, he asks GPT-4 to write some code to make a picture of a unicorn appear on screen, and it does it. And it's not like the best looking unicorn you've ever seen, but it's a unicorn. It's a horse with a little horn on top and all the rest of it. Now the thing is, ChatGPT and GPT-4 have no visual element. None. There's no... It doesn't see anything. It's all text. So how to do it. And then they were like, that was crazy enough. But then we gave it code. We said, this is the code to make a horse, picture of a horse on a screen. Can you generate some to make it turn into a unicorn by adding a horn on its head? And it did. And I gave them the code, and he compiled it, worked first time, of course, and he loaded it, and there's a picture of a fucking horse with a horn on its head in the right spot. And he was like, at that point, I was like, okay, this is fucking wild. Come on, lads, we're so close. Can I just say, another famous win. We beat 2 Premier League clubs in the Carabao Cup. 2. One, two, three, four. We're down to the final 8. fucking quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup. I write boobs into the Google machine and suddenly they appear. AI is amazing. I mean, Philip K. Dick wrote a lot about artificial people, like androids and indistinguishable from people. That was a big thing for him. And I think an even bigger thing for him, if you read his stuff, was what is reality? Like, that was his obsession. In the same way that it would be fair to say that David Cronenberg's obsession is body horror, right? Philip K. Dick's was, what is reality? If game one is a stomp, I want to go back to FM, by the way. Wow, there's a lot of people watching FM. I wonder who's streaming. So his big thing was the subtle differences that separate machines from people. Like, a ton of his stories start with an endless war on a planet that has just been turned into a slag heap.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Marfmeisters just resubbed for 1 month.
Thank you. And across the battlefield comes a humanoid figure, and it's one of their guys who's come back from a mission, and he's like, oh, I'm the only survivor. And they're like, oh, really? It turns out he's a robot. You know, that's quite common. But the big thing for him is, because he was doing a lot of drugs at the time, is how reality distortion and reality bending. I mean, Man in the High Tower is about that a lot, because, of course, the video... the cricket rests its head easy, or whatever it's called. The video that sort of shows the Allies winning starts to interfere with real life, and they start to see, like, the Japanese guys looking. He's like, hang on a sec, why is that there? That's not meant to be there. We didn't build that. High Castle. Like,
5 seconds
there's an overlap between the reality that was meant to be and the reality that they're living in. Like, it's I can't remember how they did it, or if they did it in the TV show, but essentially the people in the Man in the High Castle version of the future where Japan and Germany have split the United States down the middle start to see leaking into their reality our reality, which is bonkers and baffling. And it's a very short book. It's like a novella.
10 seconds.
So it just kind of hints at things a lot. It's kind of crazy. But there are some really nice details. Like, the Japanese guys that settle in America are obsessed with Americana and stuff. It happened like that. Interesting.
5 seconds
I mean, I think his short stories are amazing. It's almost like he's an idea machine. I mean, one of the ones that always stuck with me, because it's so bizarre, and I'd never read anything like it, was this guy sitting in an office living a fairly normal life, and he discovers that in his body there's like a ticker tape with holes in it, and when he punches holes in the ticker tape, he experiences new things. And the ticker tape is almost like his code. And he can only experience things that the holes in the ticker tape allow through, and there's like a light in him that shines through it, and he experiences
10 seconds
things
remaining.
based on the sequence of holes in the ticker tape.
5
So in the end, he
seconds
just sort
remaining.
of rips the tapes. He can experience everything at once. He experiences everything there is to experience in one flash. I was like, that is so bonkers. But I think like the AI stuff, in a way, it's almost like, and I say this genuinely, and this is not trying to be too politics about
10
it, but
seconds remaining.
people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump
5 seconds
are not
remaining.
funny. Like, making fun of them, like doing the impression of Trump, that's funny because it's a funny impression, it's very recognizable. And he's got a lot of, you know, vocal tics and habits and stuff that are amusing. But essentially the stuff that they're doing and saying, it isn't funny because we're in it. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like the AI stuff, writing about AI is like, can you imagine? It's like, yeah, actually I can. Like, sci-fi almost
5
needs to be
seconds remaining.
removed from possibility. It needs to be one step beyond.
Dire team pick.
So it's not the same. So when Philip K. Dick and those early sci-fi writers were writing about, can you imagine if there are computers powerful enough to blah blah blah,
Radiant team.
it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Silencer.
Because that's a future that you can just about see and imagine. Stuff like Blade Runner and things, yeah, androids and Dream of Electric Sheep. And it's a really prescient vision of what a future might be. Obviously, we haven't
10
recreated
seconds remaining.
human beings yet. But if you think of
5
a
seconds
chat
remaining.
GPT 27 inside
Radiant
the most
team
advanced Android 30 years from now, to me, that will beat the Turing test, and you will not be able to tell that you're not talking to another person. Like, that is how close we are. They're probably within our
10
lifetime.
seconds
They will be
remaining.
able to produce an android who is
5
almost
seconds
indistinguishable from a human being. There will be differences.
Dire team back.
There will be an uncanny valley element to it because we're not there with the biotechnology to simulate their body perfectly. But it'll be pretty fucking good. So that Tom Scott robot, I'm not gonna lie.
Dire team.
I'm not saying the technology wasn't impressive, but that's not fooling anybody. That ain't fooling anybody. I'm sorry, but it looked like a fucking caveman. That ain't fooling anybody. But that's the proto technology. That's like
10
the
seconds remaining.
hole punch computer where you have to put like paper cards in and stuff like that.
5 seconds.
And you look at it and you think this will never catch on, which people did think. Like, you can find it tomorrow's world, but the guy's like, no, I don't think the internet will catch on, because they were only looking at the original version. But you have to look, and this is what sci-fi has taught us, I think, is you have to look at what is just barely possible. And if it's barely possible now, we're just starting to see the edges of it, we will get there. Because when we
10
talk
seconds
about
remaining.
faster than light travel, that's fantasy. We're not
5
even
seconds
close.
remaining.
Like, there's nothing we've come up with. Whereas stuff like instant communications
Radiant
and robots
team
and AI, that stuff is amazing. Why recreate humans? I'm waiting for humans to create the next evolution that will eventually create ethereal entities that can enter a black hole and figure out what's up inside. I don't think that's possible. I don't think we could make something
10
that could go in a
seconds
black hole.
remaining.
Like, not even light can escape a black hole. So
5
what could we
seconds
make
remaining.
that would be capable of getting out of it? It's not possible. Right? This is the first GTI game. Old dead bastards. Invader Pork, I'm right fucking here, brother. And he's like 10 years younger than me, at least. What are you talking about, old dead bastards? I'm alive. You are talking. I'm talking to you right now. Hello, Invader Pork. I'm offended by your comment. I'm alive.
Dire team pick.
I'm not dead. What are you talking about? What's the closest anyone's come to predicting present day? Interesting that you should say that.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
See if I can find it. There's one really good one. See if I can find it. It was an article this guy wrote in a newspaper, and it was spookily prescient.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I can't find it. It was like a newspaper article. This guy predicted all this crazy shit.
Radiant team pick.
Face the light.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Anti-mage.
Oh yeah, here we go. I found it. This is this was made in 1923 by Dr. Charles P. Steinmetz. The electrical expert believes that the time is coming when there will be no
10
long
seconds
drudgery and that
remaining.
people will toil not more than 4 hours a day owing to the work of electricity.
5
This is like I was
seconds
saying
remaining.
earlier. They all imagined that this technology would liberate us. Instead, it has bound us harder than
Dire team ban.
than we could imagine. It says here, good night. It is now predicted that by the year 2023, only a mere little stretch of a century ahead, women will probably be shaving their heads and the men will be wearing curls. Also, the maidens may
10
pronounce it the
seconds
height of style
remaining.
and personal primping to blacken their teeth. That's
5
kind of out there.
seconds remaining.
Fewer doctors and present diseases unknown. All people beautiful. That's one thing they thought. By 2023, the average life of a man could be increased to 100 years. In individual cases, it could be increased to 150, perhaps 200. A scientist says a century from now, the average length of a human life will be 300 years, which is pretty funny. They thought they would wear kidney cozies to keep your kidneys warm on chilly days. That men would have girly hair in 2023. I think that
10
is
seconds
definitely one that's come
remaining.
true. So it's funny, back in 1923, they felt that
5
more feminine
seconds
styles
remaining.
would be fashionable among men, and that's definitely true. The population of the United States in the year 2023, probably 300 million, will imply an immense progress in the drainage of our lowlands. 300 million, they're off by 50 million. Canada may well have 100 million people. She's powerful now with her fine equipment for transport.
Radiant team ban.
I don't know what the population of Canada is. Utensils and dwellings will be manufactured largely of pulps and cements so as to utilize vegetation and stone in every stage of decay, ordinary waste, or unfitness. So they're talking about like recycling almost. Flights across the North Pole possible,
10
which has
seconds
happened.
remaining.
We do not begin the day by reading the world's news, but by
5
listening to it,
seconds
for the
remaining.
newspaper has gone out of business more than a half century before. So they're saying that by 2023, we won't be using newspapers, we'll be listening to the news only. And of course, we've moved one step further and we just read the news online. This is funny. The private kitchen will disappear. Tomorrow's food will be seasoned and prepared by chemical formulas, which will preserve the freshness of fruits and meats, rid them of indigestible qualities, and send them to the table ready to use. Sounds like Deliveroo almost. They thought that cancer would be eradicated. Sadly not. War will be wireless and we might have telepathy. People will communicate using watch-sized radio telephones. By 2023, there will be no mail between New York and San Francisco. Pittsburgh and London concerns will record on talking films orders from merchants in Peking, and 1,000-mile-an-hour freighters will make deliveries of goods before sunset. Watch-sized radio telephones will keep everybody in communication with the ends of the earth. Like they were sort of getting there, where they were like, they couldn't imagine computers yet, but they knew that there was some kind of communication thing that was coming. They did think that firefighters would put out fires with jetpacks. They would have flappy wings that allowed them to fly, and they could put fires out more easily. Why you would want a firefighter to fly over a fire, I don't know, but you put it out from the base. Obviously, everybody knows that. I'm popping to the loo while they get started.
Prepare for battle.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Id kef just resubbed for 1 month.
That is too good.
"30 seconds to battle."
Oh, we didn't even miss anything. Right, camera goes off, we're casting.
This is a good opportunity to learn.
The battle
Daniel
begins.
back on his silencer.
Goodness.
This is Chrono's only hero, I feel. What? Oh, they're doing it? Well, so Wogan's Warriors do have a bit of a shitty team, in my opinion. They have Nyx Assassin as a POS 3, which I don't like, but I don't know, maybe it'll work. I don't like it. It's relying on the enemy team not being any reveal. It's not great. they have a Grimstroke who... It's okay. It's okay. There's better options, but, you know, you want to mix it up. I get it, but it's not like Grimstroke is like must get. I don't know what... I can't remember what was banned. You have AM, who... Jeez, I don't know. I mean... It's okay. But this is...
Nice jump, Alistair.
This is the real
Fisrat just resubed for 10 months. Have some Amazon money, sir.
Grazie. Shrapnel came from Henry Shrapnel. British inventor. The inventor of the shrapnel shell. Born in Bradford-on-Avon, which is in Wiltshire. Ninth child of Zachariah Shrapnel and his wife, Lydia. Died aged 80. Very good, Stannis. I don't know if everyone can see this message. What's the message above screw fixes? Anyone in chat? Can you see it? I know, Stannis. I'm asking if other people can see it. What's the message above profited screw fixes? Before him, they weren't knives indeed. Oh, you can see that, Turtle? Interesting. I thought you guys couldn't see it. Is that Pyrian Dr. Otto Flax? What? Like Dr. Otto Octavius?
This is a good opportunity to learn.
Oh. I am not booting anyone for this. This was my DMs took it upon themselves. I think because you were spamming it a little too much.
This is a good opportunity to learn.
So I think supporting the lads is one thing, but I think people just don't want it taken over the chat. That's the best I can offer as a suggestion. Yeah, no one hears you is the saddest console message. No one hears you. But support your boy all you like. How or why do you know Mashleway? Just a fan. I don't know how. I don't know who did, so you have to ask them. My mods have learned the hard way that you cannot give people an inch or they will take a mile. It's just the way it is. Why do commentators use future tense after the fact? It's extremely common to hear things like, Earthshaker is going to use Fisher, the TP is going to be cancelled, Invoker is going to die. Said after those things have already happened. Why do commentators say is going to when it has already happened? Why not instead say Earthshaker uses Fisher, the TP is cancelled, and Invoker dies? The future tense commentary doesn't happen all the time, but it's very common. And I find it a bit weird. It's like the commentators are pretending they've given us some foresight into what's about to happen, rather than just calling what they see. It's not really bad, but I find it weird. Does anyone else find it weird? I don't even know what that's a reference to. What is the problem? Well, this is great. Now we can go. What the fuck is going on? Oh, the Dav blink. Cuba go and get some boners.
You become that guy with the stick at the front to... Oh, yeah. Dav!
Dav!
He's...
How's blink? Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
What a Chad!
Stop! What's a what? Stop! Go back!
Can we put it on player perspective? Player view, Dav. Here he goes. How does he do it? How does he go
from goon
to God?
To a god.
What a...
Those vids are so good, man. They're so fucking funny. Nobody fucking... How are they not getting views? And some shit guy goes, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video." Whoa, whoa, catchphrase, catchphrase, catchphrase. Whoa. React to other content. React. How are our vids not big? They're fucking amazing. That's fucking funny. That is fucking funny. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and most of them are fucking boring as shit. I think Triforce is actually not a bad fucking podcast. I think it's pretty fucking funny. Given that we make it all up on the spot. We get no fucking respect. Pisses me off.
Were you watching?
Not enough people just fake laughing. You need more people just fake laughing. About fucking nothing. It's not funny, bro. What are you laughing about? When we're laughing on that, we're actually fucking laughing because it's funny. Fucking hacks me off when you see some fucking shithole, shithouse, shit cunt fucking content creator doing fuck all good. You think, what the fuck? How are they getting the fucking bucks and the views? And I watch their content. It's dog shit. I know what's good. I watch what's good. I know what's good. Daniel gonna get stompled. That means she got a deny. This I do not like. But I will say this. Target. 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 The ult doesn't give you break anymore, which is a shame. If Nyx attacks to break invisibility, 50% of the target's mana is removed? Wow, I didn't know that.
My life.
Training failed me.
It feels good to get
Okay.
that off my chest.
There's your boy Masselweight. Nice pull. Good job. We could be witnessed to a real WW throw. Plague is not here this evening. Will Wogan's winners / wizards / warriors be able to do shit without Plague's steady hand of guidance? Oh, big! Coach abandoned the team? Hyphen the? So the hyphen the team? Sure.
A gift from the goddess.
Plague and Ashman are both out. It's just the teams on their own. Where's Daniel going? You saw him take it, brother. Come on. Oh, that is the fucking Rune of Dreams. Oh, he was looking for the 6 minute. My bad. Now Daniel's looking for it. Yeah, good luck. Hellboy is going to go on him. Oh, he didn't want to go for it there? I feel like he could have killed him. I really feel like he could have killed him. Also, what the fuck? This is up again already. In 20 seconds. What is that? The plus the minus the equals the. The divided by the equals the. Wouldn't the divided by the equal the?
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Am I going mad? Like, you're essentially saying 2 divided by 1 is 1. If you say the divided by the equals the. Hellboy may be in danger. Police didn't have any cocking mana. Squire, answer yourself. Answer for yourself, sir. We believe you've made a mathematical boo-boo.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
1 times 1 does not equal 2. True, but you said the. So if the plus the minus the equals the, then that's essentially a plus a minus a equals a. Which implies that a is like 1. So 1 plus 1 minus 1 equals 1.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
So you shouldn't have said the. You should have said the plus the divided by the. I think the two opposing sides of your... I know it implies multiplication, but that's an unfair comparison when we're not talking about multiplication. We're talking about addition and subtraction, and you've just suddenly chucked in multiplication. That makes sense. What's that got to do with everything?
Have you ever been mistaken for someone else, Dazzle?
Oh, nice stun.
I've got my ear to the ground.
Let's go! I kind of want Wogan's Wizards to lose just to upset Plague. But I want iShitters to win more because I know it would make Ashwin very happy and they need a dub. After the series they just finished, Dav is now the #1 rated player of the tournament.
Basso H just resubed for 96 months.
96 months! We just 4 months from the big 100. 100 months. Ma molto bene, grazie Dave, grazie mille. Plus 20. I said on the Scrubcast that Dav is actually one of the better players in Goon TI. And he is. That is a dead AA. Hellboy really loves to take over the game on this hero. They don't really have a good way to deal with him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The hero of the hour, Masselway. I think you can change your name, Dave. Cleese with the anti-juke.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
No. I'm not having that. I'm just... I think a lot of the time we're watching... It is hard to play solo. Like, it is hard. But we've seen the Scrubcast. Like, we've seen the Scrubcast. We've seen what happens. It's not like Dav is playing heroically in every game and his teammates are letting him down. I'm just saying, the standard in Dav's games is probably a little higher than that which we see in the Goon TI. Incredible as that may seem to some of you. So this was a relatively even game, and then Hellboy has just taken over, and all he has is phase boost. This hero is pretty nuts. But the rotations just haven't been there. They lost an AA for this. And this is all for a dazzle. This is not worth it, guys.
Bounty.
That's a very poor stun. That was very poor. They did kill the dazzle. They should have got Epic Doom there. They kind of split things a little bit. Wogan went on the wrong hero. You gotta kill the carry there. It's too big. Who is the worst rated player? I mean, it's going to be KBJ or Chrono. I think it could be Chrono, but he tends to do so little. I'm going to say it's Chrono. But it could also be KBJ. Is Dave in a team? Oh, this is just over. Chrono is 6th from bottom. Is it Dave? I mean, is it KBJ? Give me the bottom 10, Eri, starting with 10th from bottom, please. One at a time. And allow me time to react to each in turn. Because this is what I live for. Don't click on that. Don't click on that. Let's make this a fun thing rather than let Grumpy's fucking stomp in and ruin it. 10th is Rocket Man. Okay, okay. Ninth. Braxy from GF and G. Okay. Well, dude, we're having a fucking chat. You're just piling in there. Just chill. Wow! The hero of the hour is in grave danger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
8th is Taltarian. Yep. Davey H? Oh, Dave. I might have to unmod you for that. H? Can't be having a H on my fucking mod team, brother.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just Davey. Just put Davey. Just put Davey. Just go back to Davey __H. I can't stand this H business. This is unbearable. Is Eri still typing? 7? Zebulon, another one of the Kansas, the ginger friend of the four brothers. Wallop! Oh, how did Wogan live? 5th? Oh, sorry, 6th is Penn, who is yet another of the Kansas brothers. 4 is Bird.
Safe word.
3 is Savage. Wow. Number 2. Oh, they get him! It will be Davey.H. Oh, they kill him! 2 is Rough McThickridge, who is another of the Kansas boys. It must be KBJ then. This is a huge comeback from the shitters. This is massive! Oh dear, oh no. Oh no.
It's called aptitude.
And bottom is Hunter with -30. -30. Hunter, eh?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
KPJ is 8 out of 94. Peveril was called Morsus? I don't remember that at all. Morsus. Why is Peveril now called Plev anyway? He's Peveril. I think Dave H was better. Who do you guys think is the #1 player? It's James. Who saw that coming? We have been saying he's the player of the tournament. I mean, Ashwin and Plague said that the other night.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wad is 3rd. Who's John Bilgerson? Who the fuck is John Bilgerson? Gary Potter? Oh, that's Dav. Dav is #2. James is #1. Wow. John Bilgerson.
Bounty.
I don't even know who that is.
Dire are scanning.
John Bilgerson does not show up as a person.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hellboy down. They've definitely got a way into this game, which is if Spectre does okay. That is literally their win con.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And Spectre is getting there. Grumpy got timed out. Wow. What a surprise. Clavs, Emu, MPR, Tomps, Kara, Gibbo, NZ, LDC, Evil Teddy, Zoe, Bast. Bast is 14th. Hobbit is 15th. Schmupster, Knock, Obst, Cool Llama, Sleepy. Ben is 21st. Who's like bang in the middle? Mori, Koala, Samo, Bleak, Bristle. Where's Grumpy? Grumpy is 46th with an average of -3. Keep chatting, son. I would love to play in one of these and see how I do. I think I'd be terrible. It depends what kind of form I'm in. I've been playing so badly lately. My God. I mean, I don't know how often these lads play against immortal opponents. I regularly play against immortal and divine opponents. It's hard. It's why I'm so cautious. So these lads throw it to the wind. I don't know if I could stand in. I am Archon 4. I fit the rankings, Eric. It'd be pretty funny. Wow, it was a big fight and they're not winning it.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Why are they focusing down the niche?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good fight for Radiant. Wogan wasn't even there. They just can't deal with this primal.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It would be funny. I'd have to troll massively, just for the memes. Oh, come on. Yes! Oh no! One more click, they get him!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow. Oh no. Oh, the overlay, shit. So, reasons to be cheerful for Dire, even though things are not looking great. They do have one of the ultimate late game heroes in Spectre, of course. They also have
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wogan AM, which has the potential for Goonery. But this is not good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, honestly, their lineup is really frustrating. This silencer is just not doing anything. He really isn't. Daniel needs to must widen his hero pool. Like silencer or Skywrath, that's all he plays, and it's just not. They're not cutting it. As they, like, it's like, however the laning stage goes, as soon as it ends, Daniel is going to be underfarmed and feeding. And it seems to be just perpetual. It's like he just switches off. It's like the laning stage and then what?
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Epic Doom accidentally blocked his own count there. Yeah, the Primal Beast is tough for him, for sure. But look, if you don't pick a hero because they have break, then you're basically saying, I'm never going to play Timber, I'm never going to play Spectre, I'm never going to play Bristle. Oh!
Prodigal just resubbed for 14 months.
Okay. Epic Doom is big. Does kill Wogan. That's what I'm saying. This is their way back into the game is Epic Doom. Okay. I think they underestimated just how terrifying this hero is. I mean, Chrono is like a pos 7, isn't he? He's like... He's just... abysmal. Abysmal. Still not bottom. He is, in fact, ranked 89th out of 94. In terms of game impact. Somehow. Don't know how. This is... I don't know what this is for. I feel the lads, they set off with this big... Their heart is full of ideas. I'm going to get a spirit vessel. That's what I'm going to get. And then you think, okay, unless the game goes really well for you, how do you intend to acquire the funds for such a thing? Hellboy is not good. He is going BKB now. Doesn't have it yet. They basically missed their shot, I think. Okay, that is brutal. That Dawn got popped. Bast has been glickoed to Legend 3? I mean, that's fucking insane. I'll say it again. I represent extreme value for an Archon 5 game. Extreme value. Check Twitter ads. Is that from Wogan? Wow. He just tweeted at me, just won a Series 2-0. I think Steve is one of the most expensive. Eri, Snoog. Who else is very expensive that we play with? I mean, Greg was Divine 5 for a while. Maybe he still is. That is expensive. Because we bump into, at that level, we bump into lads who are like, oh, he's an Arc Warden specialist. I mean, I don't play with Eagle very often. If we're talking about morning stacks, Eagle easily. Eagle easily. I mean, we had some games lately where Eri absolutely kept us in it. But I think he's still, what are you, Divine 1 or High Ancient?
Radiant are scanning.
It's expensive, dude. I'd say Ashwin is the most value. Divine 3. I mean, that is fucking expensive, dude. Because if we get a Divine 5 in the morning stacks, you have to play a core. I think ideally, and me and Ashwin talked about this, if you have a high value player in the stack, they have to play 3 and lead the lads. And leave carry to someone who's like the better of the goons we've got. And I'll go mid because it's funny. I mean, I know it's an L. It's much harder if I go mid, but equally, I don't give a fuck. It's my stream and I want to chill and play Dotes. If you buy into that, go for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If you have your best player in Posse 3, I think that's the way to win games, genuinely. But you have to pick the right 3. Can't be no slug.
Radiant's bottom tower
I would say 99% of the goons want to play Pos 5. It's why Wogan and players like that are hype is because he's actually a player that wants to play core. That is rare. Head, hype, wants to play core. Has some fucking donuts on him, you know what I mean? They know where they are. Epic Doom has his ult. He should be off hitting creeps. Ideally down here. They haven't taken a single building. Oh no. Stream snipe? Okay. Nice. Nice. Really, really nice.
Dire
Honestly, these blasts are fucking criminal. Why didn't he come in there in the middle of the fight? Why did he wait so long? You only need to tag one. Just fucking tag the primal.
Dire's bottom tower.
I just don't understand why this is Chrono's hero. Like, if he was, like, terrible on everything but AA, but is he fucking terrible on AA? When do you see him land an Ice Blast? It's like a fluke if he does. Oh shit. That's Aegis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Cleese, not sure about that, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I like big team fight spells. That's my thing. Lads that go in with Blink, looking for Pog calls, looking for good Sand King ults. That's better. That's better. That's a dead lad. Nice. That's the Blade Mail. There's the Grimstroke leash, though, and the break. Wogan is keeping everyone else busy. This is actually pretty fucking good from Wogan. Plague, you want to do game 2? Your boys, it was kind of even-ish early on, and then... I mean, honestly, Daniel needs to have some different heroes, because this just ain't cutting it. His silencer has been shit every time. Every time. Like, as soon as the lane is over, he has no idea what to do. I don't think he ever rotates. He doesn't farm. I don't know what Daniel does. HOTS isn't a real game? Come on, man. HOTS was just a bit of fun. It was to MOBAs what Hearthstone is to TCGs. I mean, you know, Hearthstone is no Magic the Gathering. It doesn't mean it's not a bit of fun. I enjoyed it when I played Hearthstone. I enjoyed HOTS. I miss it. I would play it right now if I still could. We should do some HOTS. I don't even know if it's still available. Does it still exist as a game? Still going just fine. Are you sure? Are you sure? Just fine? I don't think Hit Timber is about making one hero your bitch. I really hope not. Certainly don't hope that's the case for how you play Timber. I mean, Marcy, I just want to fuck everything up. Marcy's role now is just to buff someone. She's like a 5, really. So there are no updates, so some heroes are just busted and you have to live with it forever? And there are a lot of heroes like that. PA can delete people. Nyx can delete people. Cleese had like 4 things he could have done then. Not standing here was 1. Stunning the lad who walked into vision was 2. Swapping anyone in would have done something. Daniel dead again. Gets the global off, but too late. A Blast is gonna miss everybody again. Fuck me. What is the point in playing this hero? Epic Doom is trying really hard, but just call it, lads. Just call it. Just call it. Come on, boys. There's no point. Don't waste your morale on this. What do you mean they still update HOTS? Are you sure? Heroes of the Storm still gets updates? I thought they'd given up completely. I'm gonna fucking play some HOTS.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, as long as they just keep the game running and maybe do some balance patches now and then, I'm down. It's like a glimpse into the future of Dota.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's no shame in calling it, lads. You lost. Honestly, I think they need a different 3. I don't think this is Massaway's thing at all. I really think he needs to pick the heroes that he's good on. Type the letters, you noobs. Does Epic Doom think he can 1v5 them here? Nice. Wow, Wogan's getting a bit toxic, Plague. You might want to have a word with your boy. Did you see he tweeted at us? Just won a Series 2-0. Have a word with your boy. It's fucking shocking. Lack of sportsmanship. Who called GG? I can't remember who it was. Whoever they were. MVP. I don't think that's Needle. These guys are going to be playing together every Tuesday. Nazebo Main. That's my boy. Just chucking things down lanes. So that was a stomp. If I'm going to be casting this alone, Plague isn't in chat. If Plague isn't going to be casting this, I'm going to dip. I'll play some Football Manager. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Wogan be turn into a dickhead. Plague, you still there? He's not. Let's play some Football Manager. Yeah, he's not casting tonight. It's over. I mean, honestly, there's no way they win game 2. There's no way they win game 2. You've got too many giant obstacles to overcome. Obstacle number 1 is that you have Chrono. Obstacle number 2 is that Daniel can only play like 2 mids and he doesn't do anything with them past the laning stage. It's an issue. It's an issue. They've got structural problems in the team. Chrono just does nothing. Cleese does nothing. Plague, did you see the listing? Chrono is 89th out of 94 players in terms of effectiveness. Massaway is 72nd. Epic Doom is 71st. Daniel is 69th. You got problems. Bottom of the heap is Hunter. Well, I don't care if you know who it is. What am I meant to fucking explain it all to you? They're terrible. They're terrible, terrible Dota player. That's who they are. Hunter so far has played... What am I looking at? How are they playing in the Ancient bracket as Muerta? And playing in the Ancient bracket as Spectre? Who are they playing with? Who's in this game? So Hunter is playing carry in a stack with I Never Knew, Eddie Smalls, Mr. Scruff, and the Storming Eagle. And getting... Everyone on his team is getting pluses, and he's getting minuses. Radiant won, despite their entire team getting minuses. I don't want to know what happened there. Spectre, minus 14. Their team lost. Everyone on the team got minuses apart from Eddie Smalls. I mean, Eddie Smalls is immortal. I'll be honest with you. Hunter is a guy who plays in some very high-ranked games, but apparently doesn't really know how to play Dota. But yeah, James is number 1. Wow, Hunter is just, that is just terrible. James has only played GTI games. And then in-house games. It looks like James doesn't play any games other than that. Oh, that's because their profile's private. So James only has the publicly visible games, which are his tournament games. His Rubik in a Goon International game 2 hours ago. This was a game. Goon International game. Radiant won. He was the best player on his team other than Dav. Dav got plus 44. Went 3-4 and 29. He got plus 40 as Rubik. 8-1 and 28. Head went 8-3 19 on Mars. Evil Teddy played carry Bristle. 14-3 and 16. And Cool Llama, or maybe it was carry... Wait, Cool Llama plays mid or carry? I can't remember. I thought Llama generally played carry. Yes, it was mid Bristle. The mid Bristle went 14-3 and 16. The carry Razor went 19-3 and 20. Up against Obnot on the Drow, who got a minus 54. Kamayar Lena 4-7. Scotty Dotes on the Tide went 3 and 11. Braxy went 1 and 14. Duran Bong went 1 and 12. Okay. Okay. Quarterfinal. Let's look at the draw. Look at the teams that are left. Premier League teams, and then Southampton in the Championship, and us. Southampton will play Newcastle. It's an interesting one. What's happening here? Oh, well, that was fucking dog shit. We are at home to Brighton. Okay. He's the best player so far. The tournament isn't over yet.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Grazie.
Ivor Bigan 1 just resubbed for 1 month.
Eri, are you still there? Eri. He's setting up the lobby, I think. Whoa. God, I thought that was going to be a red for sure. Oh, yuck. Ugh. Right, we gotta go for it. Poor, very poor. Poor. Very, very poor. How is that not the 6-second rule, which I don't think even exists? Well, we were poor tonight. Bad. That's not happy. I'm not happy with that. That we're poor. I think we're tired. Yeah, that's a lot of games. We've got 5 days off. We need to win our next game. No, I keep the gym work up. I got to stay fit. Premier League, if you've got Europe as well and stuff, maybe. We're missing Larketcher. Thomas, let's get Cundy in for Thomas. He's fit. Here we go. I mean, I think it is fairly common to reduce the training a bit, but I just leave it to the AI. Play your natural game. That's true, their natural game is rugby. They're quite a violent team. Oh, that's poor. Oh my god. Okay. Gave him the big talk. Yes, Tadic. Punt over the top. Missed header. Tadic pounces. Oh, yes. Robbie Kunde. Good goal, Robbie Kunde. Give him a bollocking at half time. Show a bit of fucking desire. Ref, that's a red. Score from the free kick. Come on, score from the free kick for a change. Come on, Connell. Oh. A good win. Good job. Well done. Coming back and winning that. That showed guts. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night there because I can't really chat. Mrs. F's gone to bed, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll crack on with some more of this. See you then. Cheers for watching. Peace out.